Oh, fake news CNN? Oh, yeah, here we go. Wait till you hear this question. Demeaned by fake news CNN, which is back there, believe it or not, wasting time, wasting it. Nobody's watching them, so they're just wasting a lot of time, wasting my time. It's just fake news by CNN, which has got no ratings. It's a failed network. Anybody here from CNN, by the way? Because you're a really disgraceful network. Giving credit for it because we have scum that's in this group, and not all of you are. You have some great reporters, but you have scum. CNN is scum. MSDNC is scum. The New York Times is scum. They're bad people. They're sick. MSNBC, I think, is actually worse. But they're all pretty bad. And then they get demeaned by these idiots at CNN who can't get ratings. The place is dying. Nobody wants to even waste their time going on their shows.
What's going on, guys? I'm trying to stop laughing so I can get this recording going because this was just funny. President Trump was roasting Abby Phillip because she always says stupid stuff. We've been talking about Abby Phillip literally since day one on this channel. So I want to give a shout out and say thank you to Abby Phillip for slightly increasing my clout. I mean, I don't really think any videos with you in them have really done particularly well on this channel, but still, I appreciate you, looking out for your boy, even if you didn't do it on purpose. Okay, so I'm gonna react to this clip. And I mean, you can see the text here at the bottom. Of course, I'll read it aloud in a moment, but I want to go ahead and just listen to what it says real quick so you can understand where President Trump is coming from. Let's get into this.
Keep bombing.
Well, of course. Why would he say he would take any option off the table? And of course, if they try to reconstitute their nuclear weapons program, I assume at that point it would be some breach of whatever agreement we reach with them. So you always, as the American president, have to maintain all of your options. And in this case, not allowing these butchers and these fanatics to have a nuclear weapon is our prime mission. Now, we have severely damaged their ability to do that right now. But if sometime in the future they want to try again, they need to know they'll face the wrath of the United States.
If he were to do a deal with Iran that gave them $30 billion to build a non-military nuclear program, would you be okay with that? That's the reporting that they were considering that.
I know. I've seen the reporting, and I want to see what they end up doing with them. My personal view is they will never, as long as the people who are in charge now are still in charge, they will never stop trying to bring about the end of the world by getting nuclear weapons and eradicating Israel and eradicating the United States. I just don't trust them at all.
Can I play Scott Jennings advocate for a second, Joel?
Here's the thing. Where was the energy of validating information that we get, prior to talking about it when the Hunter Biden laptop situation was going on? Like, they said they couldn't be verified. They didn't have any good sources, any reputable sources. There was conflicting information. They said all these different things to effectively not report on that. And they literally suppressed it on social media. I mean, it was like this concerted effort across all fake news media, all social media to suppress that information, which is one of the reasons why President Trump says it was election interference. But then when you talk about $30 billion to Iran from President Trump, some rumor all of a sudden that they just want to start talking about it. So they want to report on this as if it's fact. This is why President Trump asked this question here at the bottom. Who in the fake news media is the sleazebag saying that President Trump wants to give Iran $30 billion to build non-military nuclear facilities? Never heard of this ridiculous idea. Is just another hoax put out by the fake news in order to demean. These people are sick. And that's not all, guys. It wasn't just one mean tweet. It was two mean tweets, at least that I've seen. So here's another one. Where does CNN get his talent? Just watch someone named Abby Phillip lecture her audience on tariffs and the economy, which is doing record business. She has absolutely no idea what she's talking about. Strictly third rate. Fortunately, the audience has long ago left CNN, and it will only get worse. Losers all. Now, what he's talking about here is another clip where effectively Abby tries to downplay Trump's tariff effect. I mean, basically, Abby's role, I don't know if she's been told to do this or if this is what she's doing willingly. It seems like she's doing it willingly, but I don't know. A lot of these people are fake. They get paid the money. They do the job. But she tries to be a contrarian here and tries to downplay the Trump effect. She basically tries to say, well, hey, I know it looks like everything's looking real good right now in the economy and in the world and in America, but it's not because of Trump. It's not because of Trump. That's basically what she's saying. So I'm going to go ahead and react to this clip as well. Let's get into this.
Scott offered one explanation for the highs in the stock market. There are other explanations. Here's one from Jason Furman, an economist. The macroeconomy is doing decently. He said, especially when it comes to tariffs, the market is now more confident that Trump will back off if necessary. He added, in April, I think the fear was that he would just plow ahead no matter what. Now there is a sense that there are realities that he won't try to blow past.
Exactly.
It's hard to argue, Scott, that that's not accurate when just this week, today, they're saying, oh, that 90-day deadline, we're just going to push it back out another 90 days. So the market's basically saying, oh, okay, they're just going to push it back.
Well, whatever it takes to say Donald Trump is wrong. I guess that's what people will do. Even today.
It's not about wrong. But genuinely, maybe you could argue that this is a negotiating tactic that is working fine. But the truth is, Trump is in fact backing down, and the markets have calmed because of that.
Yeah, he's doing what he thinks he needs to do with individual situations.
Before they continue, I just want to point out that President Trump hasn't backed down. He has tariffs in places that there's never been tariffs before, including places where they try to route trade in order to circumvent tariffs. That's the reason why they have tariffs on certain countries where they say, well, there's no one trading here. Well, yeah, it's because China has historically tried to route their goods through other countries, including countries that don't really have any trade, in order to circumvent tariffs. That's no longer an option. And China's tariffs, they still got the fentanyl tariffs, and they got the base tariffs that everybody has. So he hasn't backed down on tariffs. I don't know what the hell Abby's talking about. I don't think she knows either.
And look also what's happening with individual companies. We had reshoring now.
Look, before they continue, I remember a clip that I saw the other day where Trump was talking to reporters, and one of the reporters said a top economist claimed that he might have outsmarted everyone as it related to tariffs.
Mr. President, a leading global economist just did a 180 and says your tariff plan, you may have outsmarted everybody with it. What is your message?
I love this. I love this question. This is the favorite. This is the best question I've ever been asked, because I've been going through abuse for years on this. Because as you know, we're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars, no inflation whatsoever.
But Mr. President, what is your message to critics who think your tariff plan will cause a recession?
I think they should go back to business school. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. I mean, we're taking in billions and billions of dollars from China and a lot of other countries. We took in, I had a call from somebody in the House and a high official. Sir, we have a problem. We don't know what to do. The books are a mess. I said, what do you mean by the books? The books, the money coming in. It's so terrible. I figured, oh boy, what's this? I don't like this question. I said, so what seems, there's so much money coming in, and there must be some kind of an accounting mistake, because we have hundreds of billions of dollars more money than we thought. I said, do me a favor, go check call me back. You have to call me back. Check the tariff column. He calls me back 2 hours later, says, you're right. We took in $88 billion in tariffs. They have so much money coming in. But more important than the money coming in, we have companies coming in, factories coming in, auto plants being built.
I rest my case. Let's keep going.
This week, General Electric in my home state of Kentucky decided to reshore a bunch of jobs. The CEO of General Electric said the current policy environment is why we're doing it. So they're bringing a whole bunch of jobs from overseas back to the United States. You have announcement after announcement after announcement on top of these great gains in the market. Maybe sometimes the answer is, hey, maybe it's working. Maybe it's working.
But it's not.
But if you tell me you're going to do 10 things and you do one of them and you keep claiming victory.
This lady just said is not. The stock market hit a record high yesterday.
Right on the precipice of stocks hitting all-time highs. Think about that. I mean, go back to April and think about all the panic, all the financial press telling you how bad things could be, what tariffs were going to do. And if you listen to them and you sold stocks, then you've missed out on one of the greatest rallies we've ever seen.
This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. And it's not just that, because we don't want to hit the Sleepy Joe. the prices have gone down too. So it's like, what else do you need? But with Joe Biden, it was like, okay, stock market's good and the prices are going like crazy. The prices are skyrocketing. With this economy, we got a great stock market and the prices are going down, including for housing, which again, if you are trying to buy a house, is a great thing.
The other 9 are just
What
coming
about
down
the economy are you unhappy about today?
Go to me personally, because I could easily go into the
What about the
Oh, there's so many examples. I'm just not going to name any of them, but trust me, I got them. Any day now, I'll let you know what they are.
Wait a minute. The market. Hold on one second. Just on the market. Wait a minute. When the market was plummeting, the market didn't matter. But today the market is good, so now it matters. And this is the double talk we're talking about. It's like the reason why people are hesitant to be like, yes, this is good, Donald Trump, because y'all don't do it either. People are not being honest brokers on these things. People who voted for Donald Trump as working class Americans are still struggling today as they were on November 5th. That is a fact. So
that is literally not a fact. Majority of people that I know personally that voted for President Trump are happier with gas prices and grocery prices. That is a fact.
They don't care that those arrows on that paper are green. Just like you told me they didn't care when those arrows were red.
Look, we have low gas prices right now.
Boom.
We have jobs coming back to the United States. We have inflation rates slowing.
You sound like me on November 4th.
I mean, we have a lot of
and that was the
positive
day before
green,
the election,
we have a
and
lot
we
of
lost.
positive green shoots.
Yeah, not illegal aliens getting jobs. We need American citizens getting jobs. Big difference.
It's in the economy, and you don't seem to want to acknowledge it. It's kind of working.
Yeah, more than kinda, because Abby Phillip made herself look like a fool, and so did this Ashley bug-eyed girl. But guys, this is a classic example of why Donald Trump says what he says. It's not just mean tweets for the purposes of being mean. These people are actually fools. They're stupid. They're idiots. They propagate this news. They speak on all these stupid rumors, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about in terms of what's actually going on. They don't know what they're talking about in terms of the economy. They really don't know anything. They just kind of spew stupid rhetoric and repeat the same Democrat talking points to be contrarians to the conservatives and the president that happens to be a conservative Republican. That's all they do. They don't actually speak in truth and in fact. And I guess you don't want to just be CNN and just go in there and just straight up glaze conservatives all the time. But what are you going to do if they're doing things right? I mean, because it just seems like here, there was no acknowledgement. And in fairness, did I play the entirety of the clip? No, but I've watched plenty of the entirety of her show. And there's never been a time when I've seen her really give credit to President Trump. The only thing I've seen her do is say that these people have given him credit. Not her personally acknowledge as the host that President Trump deserves credit, but I have seen her acknowledge that Joe Biden and the Democrats deserve credit for things that didn't make any sense, or try to absolve them of responsibility for things like having the wide open border that President Trump solved without any legislation. Like, these types of things is why President Trump calls out these fools, these dummies. I could hear the black community now, oh my gosh, he's so racist, even though he relentlessly talked crap about Sleepy Joe Biden. I mean, in my opinion, that's the worst he's talked about anybody ever, is Joe Biden. But do they care about him roasting the white man? No, but him saying two mean tweets to Abby Phillip is going to be the end of the freaking world, just like how they acted like that with Kamala Harris. No, you can't say mean stuff about women. Just let them just beat the hell out of you because it just makes people feel better. No. Equal rights, equal lefts. Abby talked crap about Trump on a regular basis. In my opinion, it's about time that he hit back. But that's just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching The Black Anomaly. Rise. I'm out.
Donald Trump just going crazy in terms of executive orders. He can issue an executive order today and will likely. He said so today. And he knows that the lower courts cannot carte blanche stop him, which hugely increases the power of the executive.
Yeah, look, this is a great week for him, not just because of this ruling, but earlier in the week, the Supreme Court handed him the ruling on being able to deport illegal immigrants to third-party countries, essentially. So he's on a little bit of a winning streak in the courts right now. And you know what a lot of Republicans are saying is, nope, we're not tired of winning yet. This happened. The stock market's at a record high. He brokered the ceasefire in the 12-day war. Peace broke out between Rwanda and the Congo. I mean, gas prices are at a 4-year low for the summer. I mean, win after win after win. And this particular one is the most important because these individual judges had been, I think, unfairly stopping the president from governing. He won the election, they didn't. We don't have 600 presidents, we have one president. And now he's going to be able to actually govern. And so you could make an argument that this week or the last 2 weeks, the best week or 2 weeks of his entire presidency.